was to enrich themselves, Your Honor.
No, the motivation was probably, according to what I
I
read,
videotaped evidence
listen
of
to
that.
me very carefully. So I'm not on your feet and just pay attention. The lawsuit says that you were arrested. When you were arrested, you gave one of these young ladies all of your things, one of your friends.
Wait, I'm doing something right
Who's
now.
that? Among the things that you gave her was a cell phone. And while she was in possession of the cell phone, she kept getting calls from this young lady. And then the two young
Now I gotta
ladies
figure out
finally
where
got
I
together.
was.
And they met over in your house and, according to you, trashed it and your stuff and used your credit cards. And you want to be compensated for that. That's what the case is about. I just wanted to know why these two young ladies, if they did what they did, would have done what they did. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. You understand each other? We do. Perfect. Now, when were you arrested and what were you arrested for?
Ma'am, I was arrested for trumped up charges. They were dismissed the same day.
What was the charge that you were arrested for and on what date?
On 5/2/2012, I have a complaint against the County of Sacramento regarding that, so I really don't want to discuss it. But
Listen to me. I can A, hardly hear you, and B, you didn't answer my question. On what date were you arrested and what were you arrested for?
5/2/2012,
May 2nd, 2012, and what were you arrested for?
domestic violence.
Who was the complainant in that case?
Marie.
Is this the first time that you were arrested on a domestic violence charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did the arrest take place?
My house.
Did you live there with this lady?
No, ma'am. I have a restraining order against that woman.
Shh. Okay, so you were arrested on May 2nd at your home, and your last name is Church. Miss Church was there with you?
She was not there at the time of the arrest. She arrived after.
Did she arrive before you were taken to the police station?
Yes.
And you gave her your property?
The sheriff did, yes.
What was she given?
The keys to my house, keys to my car, wallet, and my cell phone.
Okay, now, Miss Church, when did you start receiving telephone calls from Miss Ramirez?
About 9 o'clock that morning.
On the 2nd.
On the 2nd, yes.
Now, how did you get to the plaintiff's house? Did he call you to come over?
He called me that morning about 8:15 and said, the police are here. Marie called him on me and asked me to come over so I could be a witness for him that he didn't do anything to her.
Okay,
That's what mentioned, Your Honor.
That's what you just a second. That's what brought you there.
Yes, that's what brought me there.
Okay. And at about 9 o'clock, Miss Ramirez started to call. Why were you calling him, Miss Ramirez?
We were gonna spend the day together.
You had plans.
Yes, we had plans.
So you were friends. It was a date.
It was more than friends, yes.
I assume that.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Anybody else?
Were you aware of this other lady that he was arrested for assault?
I was not aware of her.
When you two ladies finally spoke, you're going to tell me what you discussed.
Well, when I finally answered the phone, she had called like 5 times, and his phone was running out of juice, and I was trying to keep it on. So if anybody called, like him or the bill people, I could talk to them. But she kept calling, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to answer the phone, or she's gonna be on the bed. So I answered it. She said, who are you? I said, I'm a friend on Trinity. And she said, okay, well, why do you have his phone? So I proceeded to tell her about him getting arrested because he had hit Marie and they arrested him and took him to jail, allegedly. Anyways, so she was surprised, first of all, that he was with Marie again, since he does have a restraining order against her and keeps inviting her back to his house. So anyways, she then said, oh, okay, so like, how did you get his stuff? So I told her I got his stuff because he called me over and told the sheriff to give me his things so that I'll have them. He didn't want the sheriff to take his stuff. And I told her that I was planning on going to jail to pick him up because she said that she was going to go pick him up. And I said, well, I'm supposed to go pick him up, but we can go together. I was like, okay, cool. So we decided to meet at his house at 3:30. That was my last job I was working.
Didn't you ask each other how you know him? And
At that time, it was kind of quick because I had to get back to the phones. I was doing phones at work, so I just told her I was a friend of his and that he called me over to get his stuff. I don't think that she thought anything more of it until we got together. When we met at his house, she said that she had left some things in there in his house and she wanted to go get them. And I was like, oh, okay. So I, opened the door and then she went in the house and I told her I didn't have that much gas in my car, so I was going to drive his car. And she was like, okay, well, I'll go pull the car out because I've always wanted to drive that car. I'm like, it's great. So I went to the restroom and she went to get the car out of the garage. And then I went to the restroom.
And
Then when she came back in, she started asking me, so how long have you been friends with Trinique? And I told her we've been friends for like a year and a half. And she says, you guys, what do you do? And I said, oh, we're kind of friends with benefits. And so she said, what? And I said, yeah, I'm friends with benefits. And she said, I said, isn't that what you guys got going on? Because, he has a couple of other people he's seeing also. And I said this while I was in the restroom. So then she was like, no. And I said, well, how long have you guys been together? And she said, we got together in February. And I was like, what? Oh, I didn't know about you. Hey, that's cool. We had an understanding. So I figured you had that understanding with everybody else. Come to find out, she got angry and she said, some bad words. And she said, oh my God. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm his girlfriend. I've been dating him for 3 months. He's met my family, my kids, and then she got so angry. Like,
ooh. So what did we do to his house?
I took my property out of there.
Your Honor, I didn't ask you a question.
that's another girl he's seeing also too. It's another girl he's sleeping with too, just to let you know.
It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. You get some little nerdy looking guy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nerdy looking guy
What can I say about
who
that?
clearly doesn't have a whole lot of money.
No.
We're not talking about somebody who's standing tall on his
He is
wallet.
stingy.
Shh. Don't get it. Look like nice, intelligent people. You met him, you introduced him to your kids, you introduced him to your family. You thought you were in, a sort of monogamous relationship with him. That's what you thought?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh,
I wish I
man.
had X-ray vision. There's
do
gotta be
too.
something going on
God,
there.
Well, Your Honor.
Don't answer
You
that
don't want to
question. It was
answer,
just
okay.
meant to amuse me.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.